Hi everybody, welcome to The Limit Breakdown, where we break down everything in TV show, movies, and entertainment. I'm your host, Sid.
I'm Migs.
And today we're going to be doing our weekly roundup for the week ending in April 9th. So what's our latest update and goss on the world?
So we're gonna start off with the weekend box office for this last weekend.
Weekend box office.
We have some heavy hitters. Obviously, the big release of the week was the Super Mario Brothers movie that was highly anticipated.
Let's go.
Yeah, it actually killed, man. It brought in an astonishing $146.3 million for the weekend.
Wow,
and
nice.
It had an early release because it started playing on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
So since the release, going from Wednesday to Sunday, it actually did $206 million.
That's actually really good.
Yeah. It's got Nintendo probably looking at the rest of their properties like,
Fair. It does actually look. I haven't got a chance to see it. I know you saw it.
Yeah.
I haven't got a chance to see it, so I do want to see it. It does look pretty entertaining.
It was really, really great, and Jack Black was just amazing. And there's a Peaches song that he sings in that movie that's an earworm, but we'll get into that later.
All right. What's next?
Number 2 for the weekend was John Wick with 14.4 million.
Gotcha.
Bit of a drop from the last one, but it's still going strong. It's currently grossed 146.9 million total.
Gotcha.
Fair. So, and I think it's on its third week. So.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Air, the Nike biopic about
nice.
how they came up with the Air Jordan. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I do want to see that. It does seem interesting. With Matt Damon, right?
Right. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Fair.
14.4 million for that one. Dungeons and Dragons in 4th place with 13.8 million.
Okay. The second week, right?
Yeah, second week, a bit of a steep fall, but that tends to happen the second week. 61.6 for total run so far, and then Scream 6 with 3.4 million.
Still Scream 6.
Still
wow.
Scream 6.
That's actually really impressive.
Had some longevity in there, man.
That's pretty good.
It's been a little while since we've actually posted any of these roundups, so there's quite a bit of stuff that I wanted to discuss.
Cool.
HBO's announcement of the
Harry Potter?
the next prequel. Yeah, the next prequel for Game of Thrones. It's going to be based on Aegon's Conquest.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that's officially green-lighted?
Yeah. So that's been given the green light. So
nice.
Henry Cavill. Here's my suggestion for Aegon.
I think it's everybody's suggestion for Aegon.
Oh, man. I mean, like I said, he's not doing The Witcher anymore.
Yeah.
He's not doing Superman, so hey.
So another streaming news. The Harry Potter, I guess, books now are going to be adapted into a series with J.K. Rowling as the executive producer. And the reason they're doing that is, 1, money. Number 2 reason is money. 3 reason is she says that though the movies were amazing, they were not true to the books. So because of that, the series is going to be more true to the books. Those were her exact words.
Yeah.
She's like, I want it to be something that was from my books. So she's very pretentious of that. But
so that's going to be interesting, particularly with the backlash that she's received for other things. Yeah, so
it's gonna have a completely new cast and everything, and it's called Max. I don't know why it's called Max. Now I don't know if this is like a name they're giving it right now, like a substitute name, and then they'll change it later. But right now it's called Max.
Interesting. Other, I guess, streaming related news. Disney's continuing with their relentless attack on our childhood. They've announced that they're making a Moana live action remake.
So it is official. I know it was a rumor at first.
They're also working on a Lilo and Stitch live action remake. So.
Some of the old ones, I'm like, okay, it's older, but Moana just came out like, what, 10, 15 years ago, which is, I guess, a lot, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. I just saw the trailer on Disney Plus for Peter Pan, and that doesn't look half bad, and that's coming direct to Disney Plus. So I don't know.
It might be like a sub thing. So.
I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't know why they gave up on animation, man. Like some of those classic animated movies.
It's because once they merged with Pixar officially, Pixar was busting movies left and right, making pretty good stuff, and then they're like, we're gonna focus on this, and then Disney went into a whole buying stuff. Mickey Mouse was collecting the stones and the gauntlet, Star Wars, Marvel, and things like that. So
I mean, speaking of Star Wars, there were plenty of big Star Wars announcements this week.
Yes. Hold on, I got one more streaming news. So this is still a rumor, but they're heavily considering. Well, Warner Bros. Is heavily considering greenlighting a Conjuring series. So the Conjuring movies that they've had, I think they've had like 2 or 3, plus like a spin-off movie. They're considering a Conjuring series. Now, I'm not a horror movie person. Like, I don't find them entertaining. But a series that has a universe like that seems very interesting to me. Since, a lot of people do like dark and horror type-esque genre, so maybe that'd be something.
I mean, honestly, that's horror's kind of seen a little bit of a resurgence too. I mean, that Winnie the Pooh movie just
I still haven't seen
just
that.
got released not too long ago. I mean, it didn't do fantastic, but I mean, I think it had a budget of under 100,000 and it made like 1.5 million.
Oh, fair, so, yeah, of course that's
so like Right.
So the big Star Wars news. I know we got a few.
Yeah. So. Star Wars Celebration was over the last couple of days. They made a couple of announcements concerning Star Wars movies, which after I guess they were kind of caught back by some of the backlash against the Rise of Skywalker and some of the reaction towards the latter films, which I'll stand by the fact that I don't think they were as bad as a lot of people.
We'll get into that in a different video.
But anyway, I digress. They've announced a couple of movies. There's going to be a movie set way before the original series, and I guess it's called The Age of the Old Republic, but it's called Dawn of the Jedi. It's going to be a story about the original Jedi.
Oh, okay. Wow, that'd be very interesting.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And I guess how they created the council.
Yeah.
So that order and everything. That'd be pretty cool.
That's something. And then they're also going to be working on a Dave Filoni-led project that's going to culminate all of the Disney Plus shows together. So it's not necessarily like a Mandalorian or an Ahsoka based movie, but it's going to be like all of those shows are leading up to this big event. So kind of think of it like Star Wars Avengers.
Yeah. Okay. So they're pulling a Marvel. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. That'd be pretty cool.
So that's pretty cool. And then I don't know if you're a huge fan of like the old expanded universe books from Star Wars, but there was a story that was particularly influential and popular amongst the fans of the expanded universe, which was the Heir to the Empire, which introduced Admiral Thrawn into the Star Wars lore. Now, in the latest trailer for the new season of Ahsoka, she literally says Thrawn is the heir to the Empire.
Yep. So which is an Ahsoka trailer just dropped, I think, like a week or two ago. With Rosario Dawson. Yeah. So I'm actually pretty excited about that. I think she's one of my favorite Star Wars characters.
We're gonna do a review on the season of season 3 of The Mandalorian once it finishes. I've been keeping up. Some of us haven't been keeping up, but I've been keeping up, and it's been great.
I've seen Mandalorian. I just haven't seen the newest season.
I will say this: there is a bit of a criticism. With the new Star Wars stuff, especially like the Dave Filoni led ones, because there's a lot of people that I've talked to that haven't been too crazy about the current season of The Mandalorian because they don't understand a lot of what's going on. But it's like if you watched Clone Wars or Rebels, like all of that stuff directly ties into The Mandalorian this season, and it's so great to see like so much payoffs after all this time.
Yeah, so. I've never seen Rebels, but I have seen Clone Wars. So.
And then what I thought was the big announcement is that they are planning a sequel movie to Rise of Skywalker set 15 years after the events of that movie, bringing back Rey. Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to be just like a Rey specific movie. I don't know if it's going to be episode 10. But, yeah.
I'm going to head out. Oh, man. Okay. I mean, I'm still going to go watch it. I'm still a Star Wars fan regardless. I have different opinions on the last trilogy, but I'll go watch it.
Look, it took a lot of work, right? I feel like the work that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau did with expanding the lore of the Clone Wars,
yes, I
and
think
all
they
of that added a lot of context that now makes the prequels so much more to appreciate than what was originally there. Yeah. I think, given the right amount of time, and given that they keep storytelling in the way that they have, I think they are doing the impossible. They are going to contextualize that sequel trilogy.
Fair.
They even in the few seasons with the Mandalorian and Ahsoka, that they've actually started to tie some of those loose ends, and eventually we're gonna figure out how somehow Palpatine returned.
Fair.
The one last thing that I wanted to cover, that's one of the big things that's happened over the last couple of weeks, is the proposed merger between the WWE and UFC.
Yeah.
So that's, that encompasses entertainment, which is kind of what we talk about here, and I think that's going to be a big shakeup. Obviously UFC being more legitimate sport, combat sports, yeah. WWE being more focused on the entertainment aspect of it. So it's going to be interesting to see what both of those companies being under the same umbrella is going to mean for their product going forward, and the likelihood of any crossover talent.
Yeah, I think now a lot of athletes going back and forth. Specifically, one of the big ones is Brock Lesnar, originally coming from WWE to UFC, and then back, Ronda Rousey going from UFC to WWE. So.
Yeah, so I mean, we might see some. There's a couple of other talent that has potentially toyed around with the idea of going to UFC. I don't know if you're familiar with Bobby Lashley, but he actually had a pretty successful amateur MMA career. I think he was like 13-1. So he had relative success.
Nice.
And there's a couple of MMA fighters that have had good success in WWE. So it's going to be interesting to see how these big mega corporations in fighting entertainment are gonna coexist. And then of course good old Vinnie Mac is gonna have to be on his best behavior.
Yeah.
Rumor is they have him on a pretty tight behavioral clause, so that should be fun.
Fair.
All right, but that's gonna wrap it up for us for this week. If there's anything that we missed, anything that you guys wanted us to talk about, please leave in the comments. Or if you just want to tell us that you think we suck, which
awesome.
Obviously you're talking about. I'm just saying. But anyway, but we appreciate you guys as always, and we'll catch you next week. All right, so thanks for tuning in, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
And please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and podcasting services such as Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Thanks a lot. Catch you next time.